everyone and welcome to Weston Pools. Now I'm here today to talk about pellets. Now you may have seen my last video which is on Belvedere talking about hard pellets, but this time I'm going to be talking about softened 4mm pellets. Now the advantages this is going to give you in the early springtime into the summer as well of catching fish here at Weston. Now for those of you who don't know Weston Pools, the fishery is quite deep down the margin. It's not your standard commercial where it's a shelf to shelf that's like 2 foot 18 inches and it drops down into 5 foot. The depths down the edge start from 3 foot plus. So effectively you've got straight down, it goes out and a little ledge further out and the same again on the other side. So hit venues where you go to, for example Partridge, Tunnel Barn, Monk Hall, fishing in shallower water with micro pellets this time of year and into the summer is perfect. But here at Weston you haven't got that option. You haven't got the option of going into shallower water with micro pellets on a lot of the venue. So you've got to adapt your bait to catch these fish, and this is one tactic which worked so well for me over the past 5-6 years, probably even longer, is softened 4mm pellets. Now it's been around a fair while, but people neglect it when they come into venues such as this. It's quite unique, it's deep, they might fish micro pellets, they might get linered out. What I mean by that is too many fish in the peg all daft because there's a lot of particles with micro pellets, and this is where you can use 4mm to your advantage. Just feeding a few, you can throw a few, make a bit of noise, and it calms your peg down a lot easier. So what we're going to do is just run through how simple it can be. Now where to fish this, you might ask to start. Well, today I'm going to fish it. It would be on a normal pole with a normal top kit, not 4 sections, top 4, so there's a top kit and a long 4. But today I've got a short kit in, a short number 3, and then a number 4 section. So I'm just going to fish it nice and close to myself. And this is because I can throw it there accurately. And where the fish are going to be feeding. Now, to start off the session, you might want to start there. The fish work their way out and you can follow them out. But as the fishing gets better, you can come back to this line and catch them there. But normally you find it's quite steady away, you don't really have to move. But it's like I said, it calms your peg down with the 4mm. There's not too much bait, there's not loads of micros there, you don't get loads of daft bites. It's quite a steady, nice way of fishing, but there's a few aspects you need to do it right. So just talk about the rig. Got a 9 jaw slip, just because again the fish aren't really fighting, there's not many carp, we haven't hooked many today, and we've got everything in, so it's nice and strong but still nice and soft. Now your pole pot is one you're going to have to think about. You don't want one without a lid on, you want it with a hole in the top so you can rattle them pellets in if you need to, feed them with a pot, or you can throw them by hand. Now the rig 015 mainline, back shot there just to control the float. Now the float, we're going to be fishing with pellets, so it's positive fishing. We're going to be fishing straight away on the bottom, trying to get quick bites. A lot of the bites today are as soon as them 4mm hit the bottom, and you've got to time your expander to hit the bottom at the same time, and you get a bite really quickly. So a wide stem float gives you this nice slim body, sets it quickly, and a 1.5 top because I don't need a 2mm bristle and I can see a 1.5 nice and easily. Now you may ask, what's a shot and pattern? Have you got a bulk and 2 droppers? Have you got a solid bulk or a strung bulk? Now I've just literally got a strung bulk, a number 8, an inch apart. It's a 4x16 rig, so it's nice and positive, fishing nice and fast on the bottom. And then we've got a 4-inch, just so it goes in proportion with the rig, hook length of 16, SFL, and 011. So simply what I've been doing is going to run you through and catch a few fish for you, but like I said, it just calms your peg down. Now I've got some Pro expanders. These are slightly heavier than a normal expander, so the anchor on the bottom a little bit longer than a normal pellet as they're a bit heavier. So literally you don't need to squeeze them or anything like that, they're already sink. So just literally slide your expander on. Now to start with, I'm just going to feed with a pot dead gently. I'm literally going to count per pellets out. So I've got there 10 pellets. I'm just going to pop them in my pot and get to my mark. Now if you're new to this style of fishing, it's important to feed your bait first. So I'm just going to rattle them in slightly off the water, rattle them in there. They all sink because they're all soft, and I'll speak about how to do them in a sec. Literally lay it in and count in your head. So I'm counting to 6, 5 there, 6. So I'm laying my rig in now, nice and accurate. Now you won't be able to see my float, but I've got it dotted to an absolute pimple, just because like I said, I'm getting bites really quickly, and the fish are such finicky bites today. There you go, straight away. What is that? Such finicky bites, sharp little dinks. I know it's coming into the spring now, but the fish are still quite finicky. They're not feeding really aggressive like the summer, and that's why you pick the 1.5 over a 2 mil. But got a nice F1 straight away. Look at that one. But this is the stamp of fish you got. Now, if I was to go in there and sprinkle loads of micro pellets, could cause the fish to go daft, give you loads of false indications, daft bites, and just give you a general headache. So this is why I look to fish soft 4 mil pellets. Now, just before I go back, what literally you want to do is I've got some fishery 4 mils. I got a bag last week when I come, and the night before I just soaked these for 4 to 10 minutes, depending on the batch thing. And what I mean by this is how much the water the pellets will take without breaking up and disintegrating. Now this is a really good batch, so just soak them for 10 minutes, drained them off, and what I've done is I just left them on a big tray just so they can get the air to them and they're all nice and soft. Now I could actually hook one of these, they're that good, these pellets, but I like to just use a Pro Expander because the versatility of it, I just literally pop it on with ease and nice and easy. But if you've got some pellets you can hook on the hook, then that's what you want to look to do if you need a change hook bait. But like again, I'm just going to go out again, literally count my pellets, not too many. It's like you're fishing for one fish at a time. You're not trying to go mental, go dead gun ho, fishing for 1,000 fish, just trying to catch a few fish, nice and delicate, and work your way in. Count that, drop that in. See, a tiny little stab then, so I've struck on it. Now, one thing you might want to do if you're getting a few false bites and false indications is you might want to start throwing some bait. So when I hook that one, I'll just throw some bait in for you. So I'm going to throw in some bait. Where's he off? Oh, foul up that one. So that's one thing that can happen. If you pot your bait all the time, you could end up with a few foul hookers. Now, it's not a bad thing. It's a sign that there's a fish in your peg. But how to not stop it, just try and help it, is just try and literally, I'm not going to pot any in this time, I'm just going to literally pick up 5 or 6 and throw them in like that. And we just cause a bit more noise and spreads the bait out so the fish can come round, pick it up and just give you a better positive bite than the fish coming racing into that small group which you put in with your pot, crashing into your rig, you foul looking at it like I've just done then, and giving you all sorts of problems. Now, I do like throwing them because I think it just causes noise and attraction and draws them in loads. Draws more and more fish into your peg, which is a good thing. You want loads of fish in your peg to catch them. It's better than your peg than the guy next to you. But like I said, if you've got deep venue like this, just tapping a few pellets in with a little expander on can be perfect. Oh, there we go. That was proper on that one. That was a proper bite. But if you feel the expander isn't the hook bait, you want a hard pellet, you can always slip one on. Gives you the choice. Now, oh, this nice big golden F on this one. So we can just catch, oh, look at that one. Oh, it's come out of the net, but I'm going to hold him up because he's a nice one. Like I said, you just, soft and fours can be forgotten little bait. Catch big F1s like that, big crafty things. And it's because they're coming out of the winter months. They're starting to feed again now, and because of the depth here at Weston, you just have to change your approach slightly. This venue is dominated really by hard pellets in the summer, hard 6 mils, hard 4 mils, fishing them in medium kinder pots, feeding a lot, 8 mils on the hook, catching loads of fish. So why not? I'm not going to take that pot off now to stop me putting pellets in. Why not feed them as in the springtime, just flicking a few in. And like I said, once you get your pellets right and they're nice and spongy for the hook, you could slip one of them on. But if you can't find any pellets for the hook, don't worry too much. Oh, that's nicked me expander, that one. If you can't find pellets for the hook, don't worry too much because you've always got your expander, or you can always slip a hard pellet on. But you can always match the hatch if you can get one for the hook. So just have an experiment. different batches of pellets can do different things, so just have a little experiment. But these are all nice soaked up now. Oh, there's a bit of rubbish on my hook there. So them pellets have all soaked up, they're all nice and soft. I think the fish just generally enjoy eating them because they're nice soft. They're matched up with that expander there. Keep catching them, but I'm going to chuck some in just softly, softly. You're not trying to chuck in 50, you're just trying to chuck in 6 to 8. I swear this fish just tried to eat my float then. It was mad. So we've had a few liners, so what I'm going to do is just chuck some in again. There we go. There's a fish there, shallow. It just shows how nuts the fishing can be this time of year. Oh, slightly off bottom. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's just a big shoal of fish that's just come in shallow, but that's such a strange thing. I'm just gonna same expander, do the same again. Try and get through these fish. I'm gonna feed a little bit more just because they're there. Could have eaten my bait. Try and send them down to the bottom, so I'm a bit more aggressive with it. Oh. I'm in a bit of a nightmare here. Just shows how stupid this venue is for fishing. It's fantastic. I'm just going to feed a bit heavier. Oh, what's going on here? It's just massive F1s. There you go. No, it's in the mouth. I just took it on the way down. It's in the mouth. Took it on the way down. Proper nailed it. Just a crazy gang that's come through, but oh, nice big F1s. So I'll just try and catch a few more and then we'll sign off. But like I said, because of the depth, you don't really want to be feeding micro pellets. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. You might catch on micro pellets, just tapping some in on certain days, but if you can get away with feeding soft 4mm pellets, it's a fantastic way of fishing. It limits the amount of missed bites, foul lookers you get. It's a nice positive way. You can be aggressive still with it. As you can see, we're fishing quite aggressive there, throwing some in. You can still catch your F1s, your carp on them. Or your fish like that. Because you've got your float dotted to a pimple, any movement you're going to be striking at, because it's amazing today, the slightest little dip like that and the fish is on. And he's off over there. I don't know where he's going now. Isn't all singing and dancing when you go filming. These fish don't play ball. It's crazy, him. Like I said, that fish has just run off, but that nine's handled him still. Ooh. Keep the pole low. Try and get him in. Might be foul up, but oh, missed him. Don't do that. Yeah. Coming in backwards. Like I said, you can't help but a few foul lookers and missed bites. Remember, I am sat here pleasure fishing. It's going to be a bit daft to fishing, but say in the match conditions, or if you are pleasuring, like I said, imagine we're getting a few foul lookers on a few soft 4mm, but imagine if we were feeding micros. Like you imagine now, it's like ringing the dinner bell. If I pick up a handful of 4s, it's a lot less particles. So we'll have one more and then we'll call it a day. But just wanted to show you guys the little tactics you can bring here to Weston or put into your fishing elsewhere, wherever you've got deep venues like this, so you can keep catching fish in this springy going into summertime. We're into April now, so you can catch loads of fish. So I'm getting a few signs, but that's a good thing. There's fish in the peg, they're feeding, they're happy. And if I had anything less than a 4x16 on, it's going to make me resetting the rig a lot slower. So the rig's sitting there nice and positive. We're not getting any of this daft things because we've got a 4x16 on, just sitting there nice and positive. And when we get a dink like that, dislodges the shot. Sharp indication on the float. That was perfect, that one. Really start upping the bait now. Fishing's getting really good, but you've got a massive F1. So if you've got a venue by you, which is a deep and unique like this at Weston today, or you come into Weston on your club match, festival, or an open match, or just pleasure fishing, don't ignore some soft 4mm pellets in this springtime or even summertime, because you can catch fish like this little beauty. So I'm going to slip him back, slip another pellet on, and just keep catching. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification so you don't miss any future videos.